Nothing is worse.
And don't just lay there.
Nothing is worse than a lazy woman. That's the quickest way to get cheated on or out of the door.
Yep. Well, that's real.
That's real, man.
That's real. And it's something that, like I said, I've always worked to try to get past. Because, to an extent, it's kind of, I'd have to almost like play a role. Because, my natural tendency upon seeing a beautiful woman, I go back to the Bugs Bunny episode. No. I go back to that, and it's very upsetting to me because it's like, what the hell was that, Lou? Right. What the heck is wrong with you?
What did I just do?
It's like, what the hell did I just say? And like I said, my sense of humor sometimes gets a little bit too esoteric, a little bit too, highbrow for some of them, when all I have to say is the basic, the basic things like he does. He keeps it basic, he keeps it fundamental, he keeps it real.
And that's another thing. Don't give too much too early, man. And I'm telling you from experience.
Gotcha.
Because I'm a lover. I'm a lover first. I tell anybody that. I've never claimed to be a fighter. I do what I have to do. I am a natural lover.
Yeah.
But that got me in trouble.
I agree with that.
That got me in trouble early on. Because I was always the one giving.
Yep.
And then you don't receive back and you feel slighted. But in essence, it's your fault. Because you have to know how much you have to make people earn you. You have to make people earn your respect, your trust, your money, your love, your time. See, I was just giving it up. I was like, here you go. And in the back of your mind, like, she gonna give it, she gonna give it back.
And you never do that with your woman, with your children, with your parents.
There has to be some respect established at some point, and people miss that. Well, if I get her this, if I give her that, and never thinking of the consequences. If you give her this now, what is she gonna want next week? And like I said, I learned this the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just talking off of rhetoric. I learned the hard way. Anybody that knows me will tell you, I've been through some tumultuous relationships. But you learn, man. Even my girl that I'm with now, I love my baby. So women, chill out. Back off. I'm good. But me and Antoinette, man, I started with her in high school. And like you said, like Lou was saying about his wife, my girl dated a lot of brothers. I was always the in-between cat. I would always come when she's breaking up with somebody or when she's in the middle of a bad relationship. I got tired of that. You know what? Go ahead, sweetheart. Do you. I'm on my way to Georgia. I came down here, went to college. Me and her linked up years later. And her sister, her twin, I remember the first time she had a twin sister. First time I seen her twin, I had came back home just, for like a weekend to visit, party or whatever, I'm into college. I'm having a good time. Her sister's like, oh, she been looking for you. Oh, she's looking for me now. Because early in our relationship, I was always after her. Mm-hmm. I pursued Antoinette very, very heavy, and she'll tell you that. And it wasn't that she didn't like me, but she always had somebody else involved. And I wasn't going to play that game. Man. You got a boyfriend? All right, cool. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you down there, We'd always be friends, but I always had a respect for our relationship.
Sure.
I never wanted to be the other guy. And not that she was going to allow it, but she knew I was the right thing. She just was in so deep in her situation, there was nothing that could be done. Until now. 2 kids later. Booyah.
That's when her emotions were overriding her intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And it's, sometimes you go for the nice car, the flashy car, but it has terrible, gas efficiency. It has, it costs so much money to just maintain it. So why don't you just get something basic that's reliable, that won't leave you stranded at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that you can count on. And that's what he is.
Yeah, she told me she thought I was square in high school. I said, oh, you have no idea. You thought I was square?
My wife did too.
I said, okay, that's cool. But we didn't hang out. We didn't hang out like that. Like me and her, we would talk. We would talk on the phone rarely. But most of the time we would talk at school. We might spend lunch together. But we never hung out until our older years, until early college, stuff like that. She never knew, man, I'd be throwing all kind of parties. I was doing this and that, I had a typical high school career like everybody else. I got into my fair share of trouble. I was co-captain on the football team. I was in the marching band. I sang. I was into everything. Trouble was waiting on me. But she wasn't exposed to that. So that's another thing. You got to make sure that the woman you're interested in knows you, and not what she thinks you are, because that is big with women. That is huge.
And that's my problem with a lot of these women, is that I feel that I have to reach down to get to your level, and I want you to come up to my level if possible in order to, and that's the woman that I want to be with, and that's what my wife did eventually. She came up to my level, and we'll have incredible debates and conversation, and it's wonderful.
It's great.
We'll talk for hours after sex.
Booyah. That's what you call making love. It's a process.
Yes, after making love.
It's a process.
My apologies.
It's okay, brother. You got caught in the moment. But I think... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right. See, I'm listening to everything both of you are saying, but I also have to believe that, of course, as women, people have different personalities. I can easily say I'm not a comedian. I'm not funny. Usually pretty serious.
You're funny in your own way.
I think you're hilarious.
I think you're effing hilarious.
People laugh at my ignorance. That's what it is.
It's not ignorance, though. I would really call it bliss in your
instance,
sometimes, and that's why I'm telling you a joke, because you speak. Well, I don't want to insult half of people when I say you don't speak Ebonics.
It's not insulting when it's the truth.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I mean, you can, but you don't. That's not your. That's not.
I can go there. Right.
Josh, you ever see when an Asian person, or anybody who doesn't speak good English, you say something and they just kind of smile and nod their head?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that's great. And you get out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, my personality, I wasn't the partier in school. I was just always just even. Yeah. I mean, I don't do parties.
That's
really
fine.
don't. I'm not exactly the most entertaining person.
Okay.
Really not. I think that's a lot of my problem.
But do you think that you're not the most entertaining, or you think that you've never explored that avenue? Because just from the time I've known you, I think you're entertaining as hell.
Really?
That's why I was excited about even doing truthbetoldpod.com, because I think you have a market yourself that you don't even realize.
Wow.
I mean, I just wouldn't have anybody sitting up here. I could have asked anybody to come on the show, but that's not what I want. I'm trying to be successful. I'm trying to do something that people aren't doing. So that makes you an asset.
We come full circle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't believe she's worth the effort.
Okay.
I agree. And like I said, you know, it's part of me, because I'm very optimistic myself, so it's part of me that understands you. But in every decision I make, there has to be a logical side, whether I like it or not. Where I just put it on paper and I'm like, look, is this going to work? Regardless of how much I want it to work, logically, is it going to work? And that's a question that a lot of people, anybody that's probably listening to this right now, is thinking like, I hope you are thinking about it, because you need to line things up, man. You got to find people that are on your level, man. Don't settle. Fellas, do not settle. And don't think just because the majority says you can't do it, that you really can't. And I know it sounds real nursery schools, but it's the truth. It is very much the truth.
It is.
You have as much power as you believe you have. I'm about to take over the world. I just hope that people ain't piss me off enough before I do it, because once you done piss me off, you're a servant. Got any final points? My bottom line is never ever give up on yourself. If you have nobody believing in you, you still got yourself. You still got that one. Never forget that. That's how I'm gonna end it. Wolf Lou, go right ahead.
I'll go over my final howl again. I'm gonna listen to somebody else because they've obviously made good choices. I have not. So to learn to take people's advice like I'm about to do. Bye, Carrie.
Trust me, you'll thank us later.
And my final take is, be yourself. My attitude is, whoever you are, be who you are, be the best person you are. Okay, and what we have to do, me too, I'm also working on it, is to project that and not to give a damn what anybody thinks about it. And the people who are worth it are going to say, you're cool, I like you.
TruthBeToldPod.com. We didn't hit any of the topics like we planned to, but guess what? That's what's gonna separate us. That's what makes us great, because we do what we feel, and not many people can say that. Not many people can say that. So we're signing off. Thank you. Again, check your bank accounts. Make sure the transfer went through. If you need any numbers from me, you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Ustream, Blog Talk. We're going to be everywhere. So
Say something cool about the applications.
Also, we have to remind all willing applicants, after such an informative show, who wouldn't want to sweep Wolf Griffin off his feet and change his luck? Change his luck for the better. We're not going to send him on Jerry Springer. We're not going to send him on Eliminate. We're not going to send him on any of those shows. We're going to handle this ourselves, man. Ladies, if you're very interested, we'll have you come on the show and tell us why you're a good choice for Wolf Griffin. We will interview you, trust me, because I'm going to get it out of you either way. So you might as well come on and make this process as simple and painless as possible.
Thank you.
And the only requirement is that you be beautiful and intelligent.
And if you're going to be in the U.S., you got to know how to shave. Hygiene is very important.
That would be nice.
Because Carrie doesn't.
Really?
Man, please, man. Study her culture. Study her culture. Study her hair.
Okay. Well, at least you know it'd have been like a one date thing. Man.
But why didn't we just tell him this at the beginning of the
Yeah,
podcast,
that
and we
would've
could have
really-
saved about 40 minutes?
Because he needs to have, you got to go backwards before you go forward. Luke.
Okay. Wow.
We tried to reason with him, and we should have just told him she's a stank bitch.
I would hate to see what that cucaracha smells like.